welcome to Life Expressions. I'm your host, Chari Hinete Elon. And it's been a while since I have held a podcast because I took a vacation for 3 months. But now I'm glad to be back, and I would like to invite you to make your comments on this episode, suggest on what topics you'd like me to discuss, and whom you would like me to interview. But today I'm glad to be with the president of the LCC Alumni Association, no less than Attorney Benilda Tejada, but she's fondly called Attorney Benny. So welcome back to Life Expressions, Attorney Benny.
Thank you for inviting me.
It
Thank
is my
you.
pleasure, of course, Attorney. Attorney, it is just more than a week to go before the LCC Homecoming.
Okay, this is our first alumni homecoming na face-to-face. Face-to-face because after 2 years of pandemic, during the 2 years of pandemic, we didn't have any face-to-face alumni homecoming. Although last year, we celebrated our homecoming with a virtual alumni celebration, which is a first in LCC actually, but that was not a face-to-face. Now, after 2 years, we have decided to hold this face-to-face because of the lessening of the pandemic restrictions, and many alumni are really looking forward to celebrating this with their classmates and friends. And so we are having this now on September 3, 2022, which is a Saturday, by the way, Chari, because we changed it from a Sunday to Saturday.
Why did you change it to Saturday?
Because, as you know, our school, LCC, is very near the cathedral. And so the masses on Sundays are up to 8 o'clock. And so we usually start our program at 9 o'clock. And by the time, lobat ng mga senior citizens. And it's tiring now for everybody. And secondly is because the next day, if it's a Sunday, it's an office day, it's a school day. So the children come back to school and the janitors have to work overtime to clean the quadrangle and the classrooms and everything that we use. And also the jubilarians and those alumni participating in the program and in the celebration have to go, some of them have to go back to their offices. So it's really tiring also for them. Okay. And so the most practical way is to have it on a Saturday, because the next Saturday masses are only up to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so we can start at 7. We have the dinner at 6, and then 7 we can start the program. And the next day they can rest.
Yeah, correct.
So this is the first time that we are holding it on a Saturday.
So I expect that more people, more LCCians, more alumni would join the event because it's being held on a Saturday and we have more time to do this. So anyways, Attorney, like last year and the past 2 years, we held the alumni homecoming virtually. And one of the advantages at that time was that even people from abroad could attend because it was a virtual event. Now, are you considering holding a hybrid LCC homecoming? Perhaps there would be a virtual component. You would air it live on Facebook, whatever the in-person event would be?
This time, I think we will have a live footage of the mass. So that's one, because many are requesting that if they can join at least the mass. Yeah. So we will have it live, so we can put it in the links that we can provide, so those abroad can join in the mass. As to the program, we didn't plan for a live footage or a live linkage for the cultural show. But we will record it and perhaps post it in Facebook or any other social media. And we will just do that.
That is a good idea. So at least we could see what happened on September 3rd, especially people like me who are not able to join you in the homecoming. So on September 3rd, what are the activities that you have planned for everyone?
Oh, by the way, before I proceed, I would like to congratulate our host, Miss Chari, for being one of the outstanding alumni awardee during the homecoming for professional leadership. Wow.
Thank you
long
very much.
deserved na, long deserving.
I am very
Anyway, so
humbled and honored.
we have the activities. This time, ang Silver Jubilarians Class 1997 are very masipag. They're very, very enthusiastic and very full of energy. That is why they didn't only plan for the alumni activities on September 3. They also planned for the alumni activities before September 3. So that is why we have what we call our pre-alumni homecoming activities. Now, one of these is the Zumba, of course. That's a Zumba class. It is held every Saturday, although we didn't have many participants because I do not know if there was a breakdown in putting it on media or announcements. I do not know, but we hope to recover. And then there is the basketball tournament, which they sponsored among alumni, which is good now because it is not only the high school alumni who are joining the basketball tournament, but we have college and RFN and the RFN. And I would like to point out also that this year's alumni homecoming is not limited to high school graduates, but as I said before, we have opened the gates to college and elementary and even postgraduates.
Yeah.
So we hope that we can entice more graduates, not only from the high school, but also from the college.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we have also setbacks because of the pandemic. Some, especially the senior citizens, are still afraid to go out and have this face-to-face, which is understandable also. So I think we would have more younger, in the younger group to attend.
Yeah.
And I see this during the basketball tournaments, basketball games. I saw so many younger people and I hope they will all attend. And what is good about the basketball tournament is not only because the alumni get involved, but also their classes get involved. So they plan for everything. They donate the t-shirts. So they have cooperation, not only for the game, but also for the finances, for the exam, for the merienda of the group, for the uniforms, and also moral support. So that is nice. And they also plan to have what they call an OPM night. That is on the 27th, August 27th, original Filipino music, mga bands, which they will hold outside of LCC, and tickets will be sold. So all these are fundraising projects also of the Silver Jubilarians. And of course, during September 3, we will have the usual activities like the mass, which is hindi pwedeng hindi. And then after the mass, we will have our awarding of our outstanding alumni. We have 10, even if we have opened this to 2020, 2021, and 2022 graduates, because the 2020 and 2021 graduates jubilarians did not have an opportunity to have this awarding. So we included them in this year. And aside from that, for the first time in the history of the Alumni Association, we will give tokens of awards, tokens of appreciation to the teachers who have long taught at LCC and who have made significant impacts on LCC. You know, there's so many of them. You know, we have to give tokens of appreciation to these teachers, to our mentors, while they are still here. You know, many are already in the advanced age and many are already sick. And there was never an opportunity for the Alumni Association to thank them. And so we will do this by batches. The first batch will be on September 3. That's 12 teachers. Minimum sa mga teachers na to, 30 years of teaching at LCC. Huh?
Wow, yeah.
No. So we have even 40 years teaching. So it's really something I really wanted to do this because I know, especially the college professors, ang high school professors, sometimes they get their appreciation from the classes, jubilarian classes, diba? You schedule an event where you give recognition to your teachers, but that's in high school. Many in college teachers do not have that. And so we have the stalwarts of LCC, like the Saonoy couple. like the Durezang couple. These are what we call pillars of LCC. We have Miss Hilado. You know, there's so many of them. Miss
Yeah,
Takardon.
and correct. Wow. And they all deserve to be appreciated and recognized for all the things that they have done and taught us and made a positive impact in all of our lives. Diba? Mga teachers, they really deserve to be honored, not perhaps not just only by jubilarians, but by everyone whom they have taught. And kudos to you and your team for doing this, for the former
Yes.
teachers of LCC. Yeah.
So we have
So after
prepared.
the awarding of the token of appreciation to some teachers, what is next?
As I said, we will do this in batches because there are so many. We listed about 40, huh? Or
Correct.
more.
Yeah.
So the next
Yeah.
batch will be given on the Jubilee month, which is March, and the next batch during the Alumni Homecoming. So I hope, hang on, teachers, hang on.
Yeah. So what I meant is after in the activities on September 3rd, after the awarding, what are the other activities in store?
Yes, we will have, because when I took over, I told myself we have to be compliant with the registration requirements of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And one of those requirements is that we should hold a general assembly of the members. And that should be reported in the SEC. That is one of the reportorial requirements, to hold a general assembly. So after lunch, we will have the general assembly. And in the general assembly, I will give the president's report, which is the report of the activities of the Alumni Association since I took over. And the most important of which is also the financial report. So how many years back na wala kita sang financial report reported to the members? And I feel we should do this. Yeah. So we will give the financial report, we will give the financial standing of the association, and while perhaps hindi naman na isa-isa busisiin sa mga members, but they're always welcome to go to the office if they want to look at the records. I want this to be as transparent as much as possible, because we have to be very transparent, especially with money coming in, on money in the association. And we will also have important announcements, perhaps election for the next Alumni Homecoming. And because that is in the bylaws, 2 years, we only have the 2 years. But since there was a pandemic, so we were not able to hold the election. And so we are considered as holdover officers. And of course, the bylaws also says that unless qualified, that there are officers qualified again, we can hold on. So I think that's one of the major announcements I will make. We will hold the general elections, the elections for the board of directors next Alumni Homecoming. Not this year, because so many things to do and we cannot have the transition. Yeah. Okay.
Before we move forward, attorney, I'm just a little bit curious. How much money do you have now in the bank for the alumni? If you
we have more, because we have collections from the alumni fees, and then we have also some collections also from previous like sale of T-shirts and everything. And so we have about 400,000 plus, or almost 500,000. And also money coming in for the raffle tickets, which I will also explain. So I cannot really say at this time the specific amount, but we have taken care of our funds.
That is good. Yeah. And it is commendable that the Alumni Association is going to be very transparent when it comes to its finances.
Yes. And okay, after
after
General Assembly, we will have now this is a departure from the usual, because in the other Alumni Homecoming, the first activity is the motorcade. Remember?
Correct.
And then we have the opening.
Mhm.
Now this time, because they said that there are no people after the motorcade, parang wala nang matao. So we will have the motorcade after General Assembly in the afternoon. And then para dire-diretso na to the cultural show ang mga people. So after the motorcade, we will have the dinner. Kasi, the opening ceremony, that's the raising of the flags.
Yeah.
Raising of the flags. And then we will have the dinner while the mass is going on. And we will start our cultural show perhaps at 7 o'clock, so earlier.
Yeah. And so it's the silver jubilarians, like the graduates from the year 1997, will take care of the
1997.
cultural. 98, 97.
Ang golden, 1972.
Wow.
72 ang golden.
Yes. And are there many participants from 1972?
No, we are, as I said, there were many who backed out because they cannot gather the group for practice because many are afraid still to come out and, always be outside. So but there are, I think, eight participants. Eight.
Okay.
8 groups.
8. Okay.
Yes, and that includes our group, our board. May dance number kami, ang board of directors.
That's something to look forward to. It's really nice to see old classmates go back to LCC and have fun together, make chica, just catch up, right? And see, and if you can still dance and sing, that's wonderful during the cultural show.
Yes.
Yes.
And we will, during dinner, pala, we will show snippets of our virtual alumni homecoming. So we will show that I hired somebody to cut, because it's a 2-hour program, to cut it into 45 minutes. Para we will show segments of the dances and of the virtual alumni. Because some of them have not seen the virtual show. So we will show that during dinner.
Yes. And that will be at the LCC Quadrangle still? Or
yes,
auditorium?
all the activities will be at the Quadrangle. That will be from the mass, from the mass up to the cultural show.
Yes. And for the dinner, where do they buy tickets? Do they register? How does it work, attorney?
The tickets?
Yeah.
For the dinner?
Yes.
No. The individual batches have planned for their own dinners because we will not sell anything now, or we will not collect for dinner because it will be very difficult for us. So the golden and the silver, I think, have catered food. And we have kiosks in the Quadrangle, which will sell food for those who have no food. So may mga kiosk. And some can bring food from outside. So they can plan out what they want to bring. They can plan, because we have chairs and tables also, which they can use. So those who want to have their meals catered, they can do so. Those who want to buy at the kiosks, they can also do so. Those who want to plan their meals by buying food outside and bring it inside, that's also possible.
That is good. So do they need to coordinate that with the alumni? Do they need to coordinate their plans with the alumni to make that happen? Yes. Or they could not just go there and barge in, but they have to register the table?
Yes. That's our money-making registration. Registration starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's 200 per person. And now we will be very strict because we noticed that in the afternoon, people come in without registering, but just to watch the show.
Yeah.
So what we will do is really man the gates up to the last minute, and then we will just put a stamp on people na naka-register, so that if they go in and out, may stamp na sila. They will be identified. So everybody, even if they have to watch the show, will have to pay. What we are only exempting are the family members who will come to watch the show. Or yung mga families ng awardees. So if they want to watch, now we can exempt them from the payment of the registration fees. Ang isa pa pala, Char, is what is new now is that we have what you call that, digitalized or what. We have our membership data, all the members. Now we will put it into a single file, and then upon registration, for example, Chare Hinete Ilon, iput mo ang name, ano namin ang name, lalabas na yung name mo da, saan ka class, and then if you pay, the receipt will come out, and then your ID card will also come out.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yes, we are having a database now. We hired an IT to do this, so that every alumni which we have recorded are already in the database.
Yeah.
So this makes it very easy. Upon registration, we have to write and write and write. Although we will still distribute forms for updating of data. Like for example, update ng telephone number, ng mga contact numbers, ng address. But otherwise, it is really computerized already. So you input the name and the receipt will come out. The alumni ID will come out. So that's it.
Yeah, that's something
new. Improving. We are keeping up with the times.
Very good. Yeah, that's good. Attorney, if we could not attend the alumni, I'm pretty sure there are many alumni who would like to help LCC Alumni Foundation and LCC Alumni Association. How can they take part and help?
Okay. We will have programs which they can help. Okay. One of the pilot project that we have now is our special fundraising program for the 3 purposes. Number 1 is for the scholarship fund. Number 2 is for the night school. And 4, scholarship fund and night school. Number 2 is for the outreach programs. And number 3 is for the renovation of our office. Can I start with number 3, the renovation of our office? Okay. Since time immemorial, I think, we have been in this tiny little space. It's just about 4 by 6 meters of office space. That's just so small. We can hardly fit our equipments there, and we have no room for alumni who come in and visit. So we have nowhere to entertain them, and even our files are just topsy-turvy because of the very small space. That was one of the first things I did when I became president, is to negotiate for a bigger office. And the school agreed to give us a bigger space, but we need to renovate and to repair because it's just an open space. And we have to build the CR, the comfort rooms, the conference room, but what my point is that we now have a bigger space, and so we need funds to renovate this office space, to buy equipments like aircon and perhaps a conference table. Now when we are meeting, we have to beg to borrow one of the offices here at LCC, or borrow one of the classrooms, or borrow this room. So we don't have a conference room per se. And there are many alumni from abroad who come here. We cannot even entertain them in our office. So that is a very, very sad state of things for an alumni, because alumni, partners of the school na eh. We are not outsiders, we are partners of the school. And we are a very significant partner of the school. So that is why I told the sisters, let's have mutual respect. We respect you. You should also respect the Alumni Association. So we're happy with that. And that is one of the purposes of our funding project. The first purpose is the scholarship and the night school. As you know, we have a night school, which is a free school for elementary and high school students. These are the children from the plaza, but street children now who cannot go to school because they have to help their parents earn income. So they go to school on a night school, free night school. Most of the teachers here are giving their services free, halos. So allowances lang sila. So after they graduate, we have the scholarship fund. This is from the school, for the school na to, yeah. This is a school fund for the college graduates now, for the college now. So some of them transfer here, or some of them do not pursue anymore. But those who pursue college are being helped by the scholarship fund. Now, the scholarship fund also is for not only for, I think they are not only limiting it for children of alumni, but for those deserving. And what we do in the Alumni Association is that we cannot manage this fund actually by ourselves. So what we do is just to raise funds and give it to the school for them to manage. And then they will just make a report to us of the scholars that we were able to send through the scholarship fund. And believe me, there are so many children who really want to go to school further because that is their only chance to improve their lives. And this is something which we should really, I think this is a revival, because there used to be a scholarship fund in the Alumni Association before, sila Tita Aida Lizares. But as time goes by, it has become, I didn't see it anymore among the records of the Alumni Association. So I am reviving it, and we will do that through this project. And outreach. The outreach is usually helped by the jubilarians, but we have so many people to help, like the orphans, the aged. And if we just do it, for example, every alumni homecoming, we go there, we give them goods, we give them food, that does not really help, because that's just palliative solutions. So we feel that we should have a more continuous and serious solutions to this. Hindi lang yung alumni homecoming only. So these are the things that we hope to accomplish.
What are you going to do? What are your initial plans for that, attorney? What are your initial plans to make sure that the outreach will be continuous and will be able to sustain?
No, I think we are, finding ways and means to do that, like a monthly sustenance, at least for the rice, or for the children orphanage, at least for the milk, because they really need. They have babies left there. And so it should be more of a monthly thing, monthly sustenance. So maski hindi man dako, it's basta something which we can help. Now, these are things which the alumni from abroad can really help. In fact, there are classes which have already adopted the program, like the class 1969. They have sent scholars in the night school, so many scholars regularly until they graduate. So that is something which they really do. And we are trying to... We are trying also to be... Okay.
Attorney, you have mentioned the night school, and that batch 1969 has already sent a lot of students and allow them to finish high school through the night school program. So how can other batches do this? Who do they coordinate with? Who do they contact, etc.?
Okay. When they ask me, I give them immediately to the night school, to those in charge of the night school. So they are the ones who discuss their terms and everything. So we don't want for them to do it through us. We want them to go straight to the night school and coordinate with the night school. And in that way, it's something which they have a personal relationship with the night school and with the students. Para mga anak nila yun. We are just promoters. We just promote. So the function of the Alumni Association is to promote the project. And on our own also, the Alumni Association will also sponsor students for that. So that is the purpose of the fundraising, to sponsor. But it would be mas maganda talaga if the classes could sustain like every year, like, I think there's another class I forgot, who are doing this also.
Yeah.
So sila sa Chita yata, mutumal na class. They're doing this also. They sustain. They have a sustained help.
That's
So
very
it is very rewarding, talaga, Chari, because these people, these children, they have graduates there who give back, giving back. So when they work, they also contribute. They donate.
That's
It is so, and then when you see them, sometimes we invite them to our affairs, and so they have production numbers, they dance, and so you would see in their faces how grateful they are for giving them the opportunity to go to school. Others can help in, kung hindi mas sila makapadala for scholarship, they can also help in other ways like mga school supplies. Some of them, wala mga shoes, slippers, mga ganon, bags nila, and one time there was a group, I think, which donated mga raincoats kasi for the children, kung mag-ulan. So these are little things na makabuli.
Attorney, are there any other announcements that you'd like to make?
Yes, we have a raffle.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ang raffle, we have a raffle that is sweepstakes style. First prize is 100,000, second prize is 75,000, and third prize is 50,000, plus 10,000 consolation prizes na 10 consolation prizes of 10,000 each. Now, how does this go? We have, oh my God, I thought I brought a ticket. Anyway, so it's, as I said, sweepstakes style. One whole ticket is composed of 5 shares. Now, 5 shares is 5 shares. So if you only buy like 1 share, that's 100 pesos. If you win, if your number wins, you only get 1/5 of the share. So if you win first prize, you only get 20,000 because that's only the 1/5 share. But if you buy the whole shares, the 5 shares, you get the full price. So that's how it works. So there are people who just buy 1 share, 2 shares. If 2 shares corresponding, so you get only 40,000. And one stop is 10 tickets, actually 11 tickets, because 1 ticket is free for the seller or for the who sells the ticket or buys the ticket as a whole stop. So there are 11 numbers in one stop. That's 5,000 pesos per stop. So we hope that with this, it's also, it's easy also to be part of this, because number one, you get the chance to help, and number two, even if you don't win, you get the chance to help the projects. In fact, I have classmates abroad. I have classmates abroad who sent money to me to buy the tickets, and they said, I am not there to win. Okay, I am just there to help. So their tickets are parang parang if that is the case, parang I want to tell them, then I will put the tickets in my name. But anyway, because you don't want the win. But surprisingly, I have classmates who really helped. They sent money from abroad to do this. So
where will the proceeds go, attorney?
Yan, ang profits, ang tatlong
three projects.
So we have the scholarship, night school, and the outreach, and the renovation. So whatever ang mga sa renovation, we have, by the way, sa renovation, we have requested the help of our RFian architects. So I think we will just do that, and then we can ask the help also of the RFian of the architects, kasi they have, may mga free yan sila free paint, free construction supply. So we hope we can maximize that. And sige lang, basta we will start. Importante, we have to start. Otherwise, we cannot move on. Kasi if you just say it's so hard, no, you just have to start. Plant the seed, di ba? Otherwise,
great things are achieved. You start. Attorney, once again, please invite LCCians to join the upcoming homecoming in LCC.
Yes. You know, we have a very, very nice theme for this year's Alumni Homecoming. That is the Mardi Gras theme. You know, Mardi Gras is always a big fun for everybody. And Negros is full of Mardi Gras festivities. And so we have that at LCC. Our theme is Magsinadya Kita. Come to LCC Bacolod because we will have the Mardi Gras theme. So our dances will center on that. Why Mardi Gras? Because we are known, Bacolod is known for the Mascara Festival.
Yeah.
And we have to have this kind of identity also in our festivities, in our celebration. So please come, not only for the Alumni Homecoming, but also please join the pre-alumni activities like the Zumba and also see the basketball tournaments and enjoy the kiosks in the Quadrangle. So we have alumni selling and support them also. So that's kind of show them our support. But most of all, please come because we want to be part of the LCC family again. So we have to relive memories. It is a nice time to go and be one with our friends and classmates again and relive memories, happy and sad, but also to build new ones. So we are so looking forward to each one and enjoy with us. And again, we are holding this because we are family. We are LCCians and we are family, and we are true to our declarations of LCC: truth, unity, and service and charity. So once again, please come and enjoy with us as we are embracing not only our being LCCians, but we are also embracing that we are an LCCian family. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Attorney. It was a pleasure having you back in Life Expressions.
Thank you.
Okay. So don't forget to follow Life Expressions. You can follow Life Expressions on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcast. I'm Shari Hineri Elon. And before I go, I would just like to share this quote from C.S. Lewis with you. You cannot go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Life is good. Life is beautiful. This is Life Expression.